Hello everybody, today's video is on attending the Antscanada convention and meeting Mikey Bustos. It was a very long car journey as I live 2.5 hours away from Bristol. The entire way though, I couldn't stop thinking about how excited I was. The first event was a Q&A, which wasn't originally going to happen.
I'll introduce myself. My name is Mikey Bustos, aka Antscanada. I started my channel back in 2009, so I've been doing it for quite a while. And then the Vivarium series, which most of you guys have seen, I guess, started 2 years ago. And it's funny because I was about to close the channel before that. I was gonna actually sell the channel because my views of doing just ant videos were kind of dwindling and going down. And I remember, this is RJ, my partner and executive producer too.
Good morning.
I was like, I think it's time we sell the channel because like views are going down and maybe we'll start a new channel about birds. We weren't really sure. But then an idea came to me that, hey, one thing I haven't done about ants, because I've done tons of videos on ants, different ant farms, giant ant farms, small ant farms, volcano ant farms. I said, why don't we show ants in a more naturalistic setting and create a massive tank and create an ecosystem and show how ants fit in the ecosystem. And that's really how the series was born. And then you guys just brought the channel back to life. So it really means a lot to me, guys, that you guys watch the series. And it's so great to be able to meet you guys in person. So so thank you. I really appreciate you guys coming here and all the support. So I'm here to answer your questions. So if you have any, you just feel free to raise your hand and, all right. And also your name.
So which one is your favorite out of the three variants?
Oh man. Okay, so out of the three, I personally have had the closest and longest relationship with Pandora because it's the oldest. But I love all three of them differently. They're kind of like my children in a way, and they're all like developing in their own little way, and they all have their cool strengths about them. Like the most beautiful to look at with the most action is Hydromeda, like just fish swimming around all the time. And whereas if you look at Orchidia, it's mostly just leaves, and the animals kind of come out slowly. So yeah, I like them all for different reasons, but Pandora I have the closest relationship to. I feel like it's the heart where all the other worlds are kind of like growing out of. Right?
It's because you've got the glass bridge connecting up to Arcadia,
Correct.
And then you have the Rotel's Pass connecting
That's right.
to Hydrometer, and they all run through Pandora.
That's right.
Alright.
You really watch the series. That's great. Yes. So it's probably my favorite Pandora. Although we are working on an extension for the upcoming season, and it's a secret. But not this weekend, but next weekend, I'm just gonna start to give clues as to what season 6 is about. Yeah. Oh, also, if any of you guys want to be in an Antscanada video for next weekend, I'm gonna ask you guys who your favorite character is, or what your favorite animal in the vivarium is, and why. So if you want to be in next week's episode, think about it, and we'll film you guys, so you guys could appear in the series. Sound cool?
Yay.
Yeah, with parents' permission, of course. Yes, your name? Yes.
How many days did it take to capture all 11 microscopes?
To what? Sorry?
Capture all 11 microscopes.
Oh, how many days? I think it took me around 3 nights. The first night, or the second night when I caught most of them, I really had to stay up till 4 or 5 in the morning because I had to set the trap, leave, and then the micro squirrels, they're all hungry, and it can only trap one at a time. So it really took a long time and a lot of sleepless. I mean, those first 3 nights were kind of brutal. I didn't really sleep. But I was surprised to find 11 of them. I thought maybe 5, and inside I feel like there might be still one inside. Hi there. But we'll see. I currently have a team who's watching over the vivarium now while I'm here in the UK. And they're always reporting back to me as to, how Valentino is, my snake. I'm asking them to take pictures so they can send it to me so I can see if there's a big lump in its body, meaning it ate something, these kind of things. But yeah, it took 3 nights. 3 nights to catch all 11. But I'm hoping to rehome them to people in the Philippines where I live, because I can't keep them. They really reproduce faster than I ever imagined. Based on online research, it said they have a breeding season in the wild. So, and they won't breed unless they have enough resources and food. And I thought I could control that, but I guess not. They just, so many babies. They're like rats. Yeah, you're welcome. Any other questions? Yes?
You know how you released Snap, your sun skink, into your home vivarium thing?
Into my aviary?
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't you think that it might do you have any small birds that it might pose a threat to? Yeah.
I was concerned about that. The smallest bird we have, it's a type of finch. I don't think it'll attack the finches because they eat mostly small insects. So in the night, my aviary has these, because I live in a forest, there are a bunch of these roaches that come out of the drains at night, and I kind of have no creatures to eat them. But Snap will go to town on those. They'll hide in the little cracks, and during the day she'll use her tongue to smell them and help me with that roach. They don't come in the house, but she'll have a blast there. I don't think she will attack the birds.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a great mask.
Thank
I
you.
love that. Did you make that?
Oh no, my mum made it for Halloween last year, but I sort of repainted it yesterday.
That's great. Amazing.
Thank you.
That's a Halloween idea. Yeah, any other questions? Yes?
What's your plan for the Wheel of Gaia? I think it's a little every major event every week. I think
Yes.
it might be a little too much.
It's
for
a
the
lot, yeah.
ecosystem.
That's a great question. So I wanted to do something new for this past season, season 5, right? Because for the first time, all 3 tanks were connected, and it was one whole ecosystem of 3 tanks. So I felt this season was the perfect time to test different ecological events. And so I did that for season 5, but I don't think I'm going to do that again for season 6, because I felt AC Family was kind of divided as to whether or not that was a good idea. Some liked it, but it was almost like super speed learning because each episode was a new event. And so yeah, I think I'm going to retire the Wheel of Gaia. Do you think that's a good idea?
Yes,
Yeah,
I think it is.
I think so too.
It could be too much for the ecosystem.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm gonna let the ecosystem now kind of develop, especially because a new section will be added for season 6. So yeah, Wheel of Gaia, not right now. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also,
Yes.
with the mantises, I think it's really cool, but I also think it'd be cool to add some more species of them, to
Okay.
have a
I know.
plethora of them.
Have you heard of orchid mantises?
Oh, I love them, but
I
there's
know.
a stunning species of mantises, the blue Asian mantis, they're absolutely
Oh.
stunning. Hirodula was the Latin
Oh.
name.
Well,
And
I'm a
it's
little
very-
scientist over here. That's amazing. I will look them up. Asian blue mantis.
Yes.
I wonder if they're native to where I live.
The giant blue Asian mantis. Yeah, I think they are actually native
Okay.
to where you live.
Well, yeah, I gotta make a trek through the forest. I have a forest in my backyard, but I'm just afraid to go into it because there are cobras in there and giant pythons and a whole bunch of insects that could give me crazy exotic diseases. So I'm afraid to step in there, although there's tons of insects. A lot of the creatures that you see in the vivarium are insects that have come literally to my house, and I catch them on the outside of like windows and like by my pool and that kind of thing. I'm afraid to go in. I have to buy like some kind of protection to go in. Yeah, I recently bought some bite gloves because I knew I would be doing an episode with Valentino, my python. So maybe I'll start going in there and looking to see if we find Asian blue mantis in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great idea.
Yes, they're very big. They can get like this big.
Oh, that's huge.
And they're beautiful. Like I've seen pictures.
Okay.
And they're like stretching a grown man's hand. It's like
Oh wow.
big.
I'll be sure to check them out. Hiradula what?
Hirodula Papua. Hierdulapapa.
That's amazing. You have an entomologist.
Yes, I want to be an entomologist.
Yeah, good for you.
Yes.
The world needs more entomologists.
Studying mantises and
Right?
ants. I love them.
Yeah, that's great. Good for you. I love that. Yeah, I think you had a question too, right?
Yeah. It was actually we're a big fan of your we stay and check all your videos.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. That's really sweet. You know, like I said, you guys are the lifeblood of the channel, and it's so good to see so many young people that love insects and bugs and stuff. And thank you, parents, for encouraging that, because I know I do what I do today because my parents allowed me to keep bugs and animals and creatures from the yard, and we need to return back to nature, I think. Yes, your name? Hello.
How much has the ecosystem changed since you started it to now?
Great, that's a great question. So the ecosystem has been able to mature now for almost 2 years. So it's definitely way more biodiverse now than it ever was. Because when I first started, if you were to just grab a spoonful of soil, you wouldn't really see too much, maybe an isopod or something. But when you do that now and you really look at the soil, I would say there are dozens of different species you can find in just like a spoonful of soil. Different kind of worms and like springtails. Now there's been an explosion of little earwigs. A small tiny species of earwig. You have earwigs here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But there's like a species of earwig that is literally like half a centimeter long, and they're everywhere all of a sudden in the rainforest, and I don't know how they got in there. They were probably introduced when we replanted Pandora. It's so neat to be able to find new creatures and stuff in there. So yeah, very biodiverse now, definitely. Yeah. Yes.
So speaking of the topic of going into the rainforest behind your house, it'd be cool if you made like a video on like.
Oh, to go searching?
Exploring.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, because then you could then compare things to like
Yes.
to like Pandora and the other Bavarians.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
With the rainforest and see what you might need and see what people might have spotted in the video.
Right. I think that's a great idea. I'll take note of that. When I stock new life into this new vivarium, I possibly might bring my camera. The thing is, I film everything myself, so I would need to hold the camera while touching things and putting them in jars. So I'm often like single-handed sometimes when I'm taking some of the shots. But I'll definitely look into that, because this next vivarium is different from Pandora, Orchidia, and Hydromeda. It's a totally different biome. Can't wait for you guys to see
I have
it.
a question.
Yes.
Is the new biome going to be one of the other ones you did in the poll when you were voting for what you should make next?
Yes.
Oh, it's going to be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have to check again because I forgot.
Yeah. Again, in this next video, not the one uploading this weekend, but next weekend, I went to the London Zoo and the Natural History Museum in London, and I leave certain clues in that video. So check that out, and you guys will be in it too, for those of you who want to. It's, as one clue, it's probably the largest land ecosystem biome on Earth. So, and as a clue, it's obviously not rainforest because I've already done that. It's something else, but it's the largest ecosystem, land ecosystem.
I'm thinking it's going to be grassland, or I think it's going to be a grassland instead because that's what we know.
I love it. You might be right. You might be right. And in fact, yeah, you might be right. Yeah. We'll see.
Questions from anyone at the back?
Yes.
Do you find it difficult whenever you put something new into your vivarium? You don't know ultimately what it's, whether it's going to be eaten or whatever.
What? Sorry, say that again, sir.
No, do you find it difficult to put new species into your vivariums? Because obviously you seem to be quite attached to everything you put in. And then ultimately
Yes.
you don't know what its fate's going to be when you put it in.
Yes, that's a great question. So that's kind of been my struggle for the past 2 years. Not get too attached to the animals inside, which is hard because I never thought I would ever feel emotional for a beetle. For example, like there was this beetle. Yeah, the rhino beetle.
Yeah, he was friends with the cricket.
That disturbed me for a whole week when it died. Yes. But yeah, it's hard because especially when I know that there's something in the vivarium that the new creature could eat or compete with. But I mean that's part of the project, I suppose. But I also have to kind of consider ethics. So I had a high demand from a big portion of AC family to keep those micro squirrels inside and just release the snake to like eat them. But I couldn't do that. I needed to get them out. Yeah, and I mean, if people want to see snakes eat live mice, they can go to other channels to do that, right? But I do have a plan for how Valentino will be eating, and that relates to that next vivarium. Yes?
What are you going to do with the mountains?
Well, I'm going to adopt them out to a new home. Yeah. We've learned a lot from those micro squirrels and just the 5 months that they were there. I learned that they eat a lot, they poop a lot, and they multiply a lot.
Are you not still keeping the two that you...
Oh yeah, sorry, I am keeping 2, correct. The really tame ones.
Yeah.
They're really interesting. And I don't know exactly what, like if they're male or female. I hope they're the same gender so that they don't
So they
multiply.
don't breed and
Yeah,
then you end up with the
exactly.
exact same
Exactly.
problem.
Right. Okay, yes, gentlemen.
What's your advice for starting your own ant colony?
Ant colony, for my advice. My advice is, well, first, that's a great question. Keep ants from your area because they are already adapted to your climate. I've never kept ants that weren't caught from my yard, so I've never really had a problem. I find it gets tough when it's a species that's from out of country because the climate's different, water is different, food is different. So that's one advice. And 2 is you have to be patient. Ant keeping is one of those hobbies where it's a slow hobby, and it's like gardening. And sometimes for kids, you really want that huge colony right away. But ant keeping, it's one of those hobbies where you really have to nurture it and be patient. And then before you know it, months down the road, you have a big colony going. Yeah, so be patient. That's it. Yes. Go ahead.
What are you planning to do with Godzilla?
Godzilla, yeah. So I have. He asked, "What am I planning to do with Godzilla?" Who is our caiman, who started in the vivarium as this little tiny crocodilian, and he's now currently this big. Yeah, he's quite large, and he's scary now. So that's also why I had to buy the bite gloves, because I've been trying to get him to eat like gently. Because I've seen on social media people who've trained their caiman to just kind of like walk up and grab a piece of chicken really slowly. but Godzilla refuses to do that. Like as I now toss a chicken like from outside the tent. It's really scary. So I plan to keep him. I have a 60-foot pond, so it's quite large, like from the end of there to like here. He could live there. But we recently stocked a bunch of really expensive koi. So I think he might have to be relocated to my friend's zoo. I have one of my best friends is a zookeeper, and he's got this really big enclosure full of his same species. So I might relocate him there. But he's in the aquarium still, and I love having him around. Yes.
My favourite species are leaf cutterants. And what did happen to the leaf cutterants in Pandora? What happened?
Oh,
Okay.
do you mean the weaver ants?
Yeah, the weaver ants.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So the weaver ants kind of like fizzled out for some reason. I think they were outcompeted by several species, and I also caught the Asian bullet ants like going into their sadly they were outcompeted by
Maybe
another
we
species.
should add like more than like loads of queens, you know?
Yeah, maybe. I'll try to introduce weaver ants into the forest again sometime in the future. I'll introduce them to Orchidia when there's better like plants for them. I also think they made nests in the wrong spot. Like if they stayed up in Orchidia, they probably wouldn't have been bothered by the Asian bullet ants,
And
I think.
also, how are the other ant colonies going? Like, are they all okay?
They're all okay so far. In terms of, I recently added Dracula ants. Did you see that? I don't know how they are because they're just completely ground rolling. Maybe they'll come out one day. We'll see. It's one of those things where I place them in and it's kind of up to them to survive. I try to like manage what species I'm putting where so that they stay in their own niche. Like the Dracula ants are completely soil dwelling. I won't place them with a trapjaw ant colony like together. I'll put them kind of far apart.
Yeah.
And then just kind of cross my fingers and hope that they thrive. But in nature, not all colonies thrive, right?
Yes.
So then that's the kind of thing that I test, I suppose.
Yes.
Yes.
Can we possibly see some of the old ant colonies?
Yes.
My
Okay.
favourite one you ever did was the one with the bonsai trees and the tiny, tiny little ants that you had in them before you moved.
That colony has been long gone.
I know.
Yeah, I love
That's
that.
my
The
favourite
Fadoli
I've ever
colony.
had.
Wow, great.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
I've
yes.
been watching this lot since before you got his gold plate on.
Oh wow, thank you.
Jerry Milner? You might know my name.
What?
Jerry Milner?
Oh yeah, sounds
Yeah.
familiar. It's so different now, like being able to put a face. But if you say your screen name, I probably remember. Wow, thank you. You've been watching even since before we moved to the ant house.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I
That's
only
great.
started watching vlogs because I was ill and I had nothing to do.
Oh, I see. Wow,
And I
thank you.
stayed.
Yeah, it's really been such a journey. Like I started the channel when I was living in Canada still, and living in my parents' house and just keeping ants in my bedroom with no money, and it's crazy how fast things can change in like 15 years.
You had tubing all round your flat,
I remember-
your flat, didn't you?
Yeah,
Crazy
and my
house.
mom was just. She hated it. She was just, what are you doing with your life? You're boring holes in my walls. Yeah. That's cool. That's great. Yeah. I will definitely. I currently have 2 other ant colonies that are not part of the series. So it's Volcania, which is a fire ant colony. I still have those. And then I have Leviathans, which are Asian marauder ants. Everything else I've kind of had to. I've released them or given them away. Yes.
What happened with the black crazy ants in the latest?
Yeah, I vacuumed them. So I had to intervene.
Yeah.
And you know, I
I'm
was.
just concerned they aren't gone.
Yeah, they're definitely not all gone. They're definitely there. I've tried to get rid of them for so long. I'll just have to vacuum them. And I felt bad because it's like, this is an unnatural way to intervene. But other people people in the comments were saying, no, there are anteaters out there and they'll come in and they'll eat ants too. So I'm like, all right. So the vacuum will just be an imaginary anteater.
We've got a thing called a crevice tool. It's got a little narrow head on it.
Oh, and then just stick that in there? Yeah, and then I should like actually attach my camera and like so we can video sucking up the ants.
I don't think most of your viewers would like that.
Yeah, that would be interesting. All right. Yes.
How many ant species have you guys had since you started?
A lot. So in Canada, when I started in Canada, I think I was dealing with 5. But then when I moved out to the tropics in Southeast Asia, that is a ant hub. So many different species, and they never hibernate. So it's just, I was able to keep all kinds of ants. And there are species in my yard that don't actually have names that people that are new to science. So I would say I probably have had anywhere between 20 or 30 different species of ants. It's a lot. Yeah, great question. Yes?
Would you ever try keeping leaf ants?
Would I? Only if I moved to the Americas, where they're native. Because it's my personal preference to keep only ants from my area. And Antscanada has always promoted local ant keeping. Although here in UK, I know people keep leafcutter ants, right? Does anybody else keep leafcutter ants? There are some out there. When you guys go out there, you'll see them. They're selling colonies, so you guys could take them home. But I see some of the parents going, uh-oh. yeah, there are ant colonies out there. It's a cool hobby, and there's a lot to learn from ants. Yeah. All right, yes, up there.
On the mention of the Dark Horde and how to get rid of them,
Yep.
there's this, I think it's a Japanese technique where they, if they wanted to get rid of like a species of cricket that was killing their crops, they would find the burrow and then they'd get a pot of like really aggressive ants, like fire ants or something like that, and then they'd uncover the burrow and then they'd like put like a reed in and then like put the reed. So if you've got
I've seen the reels of that.
So if you had another invasive species that was like really aggressive and you wanted to get rid of them, instead of vacuuming them, you could like collect some and then like sort of put them in there.
Attack.
Yeah, so like
guys, go in there. Like fire ants versus black ants. So one invasive species versus another. Yeah, I don't know. I'll see. Thankfully, fire ants have not appeared in the vivarium, although there have been opportunities where they could. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. In a war between fire ants and black crazy ants, I personally think the black crazy ants would still win, just because they have the formic acid. All right, I'll maybe take a couple more questions and then I'll meet you guys individually. Yeah, I think that's okay. Yeah, yes. Your name?
Are you planning on adding a new vivarium?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mentioned earlier that season 6 is the launch of a new vivarium.
Okay.
Yes, and it's gonna be the biggest one too.
What type?
That's kind of a secret. Although I will be giving clues in the next video, uploading not this weekend, next weekend. And the tank, we designed the tank already.
Yeah.
It's literally like if the tank starts here, it's about this wide, right? So from here to there. So it's a really long tank and also a lot taller. So we might try to, in my mind, I'm gonna try to plant like a small bonsai tree inside. But maybe I gave too much.
That's what
What was that?
And it'd be a fruit tree because you keep on adding.
It is gonna be a fruit tree.
Yeah, because you keep
Yep.
on adding fruit to some of the different.
Yes, and so many animals eat fruits. You're right.
Yeah.
This tree is a type of fruit tree. If I can source it. The problem with growing fruit trees inside a tank is, one, they need a lot of soil. Trees in general need lots of soil, so it needs to be kind of deep. This vivarium will have a pretty thick soil layer, thicker than in my other vivariums. And the second thing that's hard with trees is they need a lot of sun. And it's hard to mimic it with just like artificial lighting. If I had some kind of skylight, it might have been possible, but that would mean I would have to cut a hole into my roof. Maybe. Are things that possible? Yeah, I mean, no borders. I'm kind of nuts that way. I'll
Yeah,
do
although
it.
you could, although the problem with that is that you could have, although let's say an invasive species does a nuptial flight, and then the nuptial flight ends up with a pair falling into there, and then you end up with some invasive ants.
That would suck. Yeah.
And then there are
Right.
also tons of other flies.
Yes, that would definitely. I mean, I'm trying my best to manage the project as closely as I can, but you never know. Nature's nature. You're full of surprises. Yes. Okay.
Will you put another flying lizard in your tank?
I might. We'll see if I can find another one. The last one, Draco, that we put in, we managed to catch that one by fluke. It was just in my yard, and someone from my team had caught it. And those are so hard to catch, as you can imagine. They live in the trees and they're gliding in the treetops. I'm actually not sure how we caught that one. We were quick enough. Someone from my team was quick enough to catch it. Yeah, we'll see. They're hard to catch, but if we catch another one, I'll definitely put one into Orcadia. Okay, last question. Yes.
Have you ever had a ant species that was known to be monogenous, but
Yep.
tolerated more than green?
Yes, that's a good question. So, I remember keeping an ant colony in Canada that was known to be monogenous, and then I tried putting them together. It was a Formica species. Do you know Formica? Yes. So they're known to be monogenous, but I put them in this large formicarium, and they attacked the queens. Collectively had young, and then they started to kill each other. But it actually drove the alpha queen drove the other one to another part of the nest, and then they just formed this massive colony together and stayed far away.
Because that's what's happening with my colony, because I
Is
caught two during the nuptial flight.
What species?
I'm pretty sure it's Lacys niger.
Oh yeah.
And then one of them was unfertilized and laying scattered eggs, so I put them together.
And then
They're just living together and they're in scattered eggs.
there you go. But are they in?
They're in the same test tube separate.
Oh really? Like they can come together and they're fine?
Yeah.
And what about workers? Are there workers?
I have 3 workers so far.
Okay. This is usually the stage though where they will attack. So just keep an eye on them. I mean, their nature can bend rules and stuff. It's a thing called oligogeny, where queens will drive each other to other parts of the nest, and they collectively have one colony with the same colony smell. Yeah. So I don't know. Rules are rewritten often. And in the series, people told me certain things can be done. But I filmed it and it happens in nature. You know, we're always learning. So, good question.
After the Q&A, we each got to individually meet Mikey Bustos. Before that though, there were many an ant colony and reptile for us to look at. There were also some beginner colonies and some ant keeping accessories for sale.
I just this video on olive tree, and it has this piece of wood if you want to use it for a carpenter ant species.
Oh
wow! Red inside.
Wait, what do you mean? For me? You're gonna give this to us? Oh, thank you. Or maybe we can put this in the new vivarium. Oh boy, squad, look at this. Oh, it's been hollowed out by ants or termites.
I think it's termites, but I made sure there wasn't anything inside, so there wasn't invasive species.
Amazing. And you're giving this to us? Are we able to bring this to the Philippines? I would love to. And you know what? This would fit in the new vivarium too. Wow. All right. Thank you. That's really kind of you. From Cyprus?
Yeah.
Amazing. Great. Thank you. We'll definitely take this. Will this fit in our suitcase?
Yeah, I will ask.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
And you're starting a new ant channel.
Yeah. Do you have any advice you might want to starting a new channel?
Yes. For YouTubing advice, you mean? Man, so YouTubing is one of those things I find where you just have to be consistent and not give up, even when views take a dip. And I think people give up too fast. When like views start, when they go for a long period of time when views aren't high.
Yeah.
But YouTube is kind of like this, especially when you're just starting off. And it takes a long time, like years, before it really, starts to skyrocket. For example, my Antscanada YouTube channel didn't really blow up till the 7th year. So it's really a long-term commitment, but if you stick with it, you'll stand out above the rest. So that's my advice.